I've been using Apple products for over 30 years. I'm also a dad with 2 kids under the age of 13. And I run a photography YouTube channel. So today I'm going to tell you all about what's going on with Apple's plan to scan your photos, how you can prevent it if you want to, and I'm going to tell you what I really think of it. Hi everyone, welcome to Pal to Tech. Apple will soon roll out a new update for their phones, tablets, and computers. This update will include 2 new features: photo scanning on your device for child sexual abuse material and scanning through all text messages sent or received via the iMessages app used by children under the age of 13 inside iCloud's family network. Here's how it works. The first one, scanning through your photos. If you have enabled iCloud for photos on your device, Apple will scan all of your photos and compare what's called a hash of each photo on your device to a known database containing hashes of child sexual abuse photos. This is being done on the device itself, but only if you have iCloud enabled for your photos. I might also want to point out that when you first purchase an Apple device, iCloud for photos is enabled by default. So what is a hash? A hash is a coded numerical representation of an image. Think of a hash as a unique fingerprint that's different on every single photo. As Apple is continually scanning through your photos and they find that the hash or fingerprint in one of your photos matches a photo in whatever current database that they are using to compare it to, your photo will be investigated and, if a match is found, reported to the authorities at the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children. This agency works directly with law enforcement agencies across the United States. Now, the second part of this new Apple technology has to do with photo scanning on your child's phone. It will scan through all of the photos in iMessage on the phone for children under the age of 13. It will then detect when a nude image is about to be sent from or to their device. Now, this would only apply to devices that are used by children that are set up in Apple's iCloud family sharing plan. If Apple finds what they consider to be a nude photo, the scanner will blur out the photo and send a warning message to the child. If the child clicks past the message, which they can do, the parents will be notified. Now, according to Apple, you can supposedly turn off these new features I just discussed by going to your settings, scroll down to Photos, and flick the switch to turn off iCloud Photos. Again, as I've mentioned, iCloud Photos is turned on by default, so you'll need to turn it off if you're a new user and you don't want these new features. Predictably, a lot of users and organizations are alarmed and concerned with this announcement. Some, like the Electronic Frontier Foundation, are even more concerned that this technology opens up back doors for not just tech companies, but also governments to conduct direct surveillance on people's phones and devices. As I said in the very beginning of this video, I am a longtime user of Apple products and a dad with 2 kids under the age of 13. Now I'm going to tell you what I think. In and of itself, this is a wonderful idea with good intentions. Anything at all that can be done that has even a 1 in a million chance of protecting children and ensuring their safety, I'm all for. Absolutely, sign me up 100%. And I think that most people, even those without children, also feel this way. The problem here comes down to a question of trust. Tech companies have now had well over 30 years to earn a reputation of being trustworthy with people's private data. They haven't been. From Facebook to Google to Apple to Microsoft to a host of other tech companies, user privacy and protection of their data has been so poorly managed and in some cases obscenely violated that at some point you just can't trust these companies anymore. I think that this is absolutely the right idea, but with the wrong approach. I think that Apple's heart is in the right place, but they, along with Facebook and the rest, have still lost my trust. They need to earn it back first, and that takes a long time. And undoing 30 years of past behavior. Because as you know, the best predictor of future behavior is past behavior. And I just don't think they've yet earned the right to automatically access and scan through people's phones and go through their photos. I don't think people should ever become habituated to the idea of a private, for-profit company scanning through the contents of your phone, however well-intentioned they may or may not be. Here's the thing. While the motivation to protect children is the greatest justification that a tech company could ever come up with to push this technology forward, I think there are some very valid concerns here with regard to privacy. Remember that iCloud is a system that Apple owns and operates on their own network using their own servers. But here, Apple is instead entering into and scanning the very phone that you own and operate without your permission unless you disable iCloud. But here's the ultimate problem. Even if you do disable iCloud, Apple has now opened up the floodgates and put forth the technology and the capability to directly look inside your device, and there's nothing that you can do to get rid of it. You can never really trust that your device is truly yours. I think this raises some very legitimate concerns that need further investigation before Apple should just be allowed to roll this out, however well-intentioned and important the motivations are for this update. But what do you think? Please let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next video.